Good evening, friends. On behalf of Banking Quest, I, Tilagulati, extend you warm welcome. Friends, it gives me immense pleasure to inform that we started our training program on Treasury investment and risk management in banks way back on 20th of February. After covering a long journey of 20 sessions, today we are going to successfully conclude this training program. During this entire training program, we had deliberated upon banking business operations and risk associated with it, introduction to risk in banks, introduction to treasury business in banks, organizational structure of treasury in banks, organizational structure of risk management in banks, simple statistical tools, investment of banks funds, concepts of repos, CDs, CPs, NCDs, and IBPCs, forex markets, risk measurement approaches, credit risk identification and measurement, forex market risk 2, liquidity risk, introduction to derivatives, market risk derivatives, credit risk weighted assets under standardized approach, market risk derivatives part 2, interest rate risk, operational risk management. Today we are going to deliberate upon supervisory review process and value at risk. Friends, it gives me immense privilege to introduce you with our distinguished faculties who have worked hard to make this program a grand success. Mr. Hargovind Sachdev, former General Manager, State Bank of India, Professor Rajesh Mahajan, former General Manager, Bank of Baroda, Mrs. Shashikala Ramachandra, former General Manager and Group Chief Risk Officer, Canara Bank, Professor S.S.N. Murthy, former Deputy General Manager, Union Bank of India, Mrs. Sonali Mahajan, former Assistant Vice President, Axis Bank. Friends, before I invite Professor S.S.N. Murthy to deliberate upon today's topic, I have immense pleasure to inform that today we have with us Mr. Bhaskar Sen, former Chairman and Managing Director, United Bank of India. Mr. Sen, sir, I extend you heartiest welcome. And also, friends, we have with us Mr. Mahesh M Pai, General Manager, Integrated Treasury Bank, Canara Bank. I extend you my heartiest welcome, Mr. Mahesh Pai. It's our great pleasure that in spite of his busy schedule, Mr. Mahesh M Pai has spared time to address the participants. Mr. Mahesh M Pai is a result-oriented banking professional with more than 25 years of banking exposure with Canara Bank. Mr. Mahesh has worked as a part of senior management overseas Canara Bank New York branch, acted as an overall in charge of business, compliance, IT, and operations. He handled treasury operations of the bank as chief dealer, handling the bond, GSEC, and equity portfolio, front office and back office operations, and was also overseeing forex business, correspondent banking, setting policies for trade finance. At present, Mr. Mahesh M Pai is serving as General Manager and Head of Treasury. Mr. Mahesh M Pai is on the board of FIMDA, SWIFT India, Secondary Loan Market Association, and Canara Bank Securities Limited. He was also a part of advisors to committee constituted by Reserve Bank of India on development of secondary market for loan. So before we start our deliberations on this session, before I request Mr. S.S.N. Murthy to start his regular session, I request Mr. Mahesh M Pai to kindly address the participants. Sir, the participants in this group are from various public sector banks. They are from Canara Bank, Indian Bank, UCO Bank, and Union Bank of India. So I request you, Mahesh M Pai, sir, to kindly address the participant. Yeah, participant, if you have any query, this is the right opportunity, very good opportunity that you get all your queries addressed because you have got this stalwart in treasury operations before us. Over to you, sir, Mr. Mahesh Pai, sir.
Good evening to all of you. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Perfect.
okay. Thank you so much. And it's an immense pleasure for me to address you all here. I believe that this is a forum where you are trying to become a professional in treasury or in risk management. So my request or suggestion to you will be that please pursue this career in this fashion or in this line of business. It is one of the most powerful and lot of scopes giving for your career. So please pursue that. But for pursuing this aspiration, you need to work hard. That is, it is not that key the way the branch banking is, you will be able to get through here very easily. You need to put in a lot of hard work. You need to put in a lot of dedication so that you can be a successful career in this particular treasury and risk management segment. And these two are, though treasury was earlier important, now the risk management also started gaining importance. So these two are giving a lot of importance to the banking segment altogether. So please pursue this career with passion. The minute you have passion and the minute you have energy to do something in this career, definitely you will be a successful in this segment. So my request to all of you is that as a budding artist or a mid-grown career people, you should pursue this segment with more passion, more vigor. Then you can be able to get more what you say depth knowledge. And also when you are taking the knowledge in this segment, no, it should be very the way you should handle it is with a lot of conviction, and you should have a lot of readings. These readings comes with starting from the day when you start your day with opening the various kinds of newspapers which you are getting, starting from Business Standard, Economic Times. All those things you should start reading out, and you should not leave any news which is coming in your way, because news is what is make treasury live. So the minute you start getting the news, you should start making calculation in your minds key what will happen to the bonds, what will happen to the rupee, what will happen to the other commodities. All you should start making interpretations and see that where it is headed. If it is bond, you should see whether the interest rates are going up or coming down, what can happen with the impact of that news. Basically, these things you should be in a position to learn by these classes. So these classes are very important, and I'm sure that you would have got an overall overview of what is treasury operations and what is risk management in this. So I will only touch upon the treasury part. So I believe that I'll try to share one small PPT. So I will try to send it to you, sir. If you can share that, it will be helpful. I'm sending it to you WhatsApp. So whenever it is possible for you to share, you can share.
Oh,
I have sent it through WhatsApp. So if you can share that, it will be helpful, because I am unable to share that from my screen here.
yes, sir.
So
No issue.
so what I will put basically the treasury, who we are. That means the treasury people into four categories. One is the ethics, the governance, the communication, and the execution. These are the four pillars I will put as a treasury professional you are going to build. So in terms of ethics, you need to have highest professional standards, and you must adhere to the code of conduct which your institution has given to you. That is most important as a treasury professional. Then coming to the ethical or unethical behaviors, always you must avoid the unethical behaviors in this market and work within the standard market rules which the treasury has put in place. And very important thing, the passing on sensitive information. You must be very careful when passing on the sensitive information. You must not receive any gifts or benefits. Then the market, you must always feel that the market is the boss and you are not. The minute you are doing that, your ego goes out and your self-respect to the market comes out. That is the most important thing in ethics. You should always believe that and take it forward. In terms of governance, uh, the basic word in the treasury market is, my word is my bond. If you are saying something it should happen. You cannot go back on your words. Then coming to governance itself, you must act based on the market regulations, and you must know what are the rules, and you must know how to act upon. The compliance and skill is most important part of it. And your communication and responses sharing also is very important in terms of governance. The communication mode, you must always know what is the approved market terminology which you are using, which you are already, some of the classes I have heard, what are classes you are taken. Some of them it has been already discussed in your classes. So only use the approved mode of communication in the markets, and do not disclose about the information about your client or the bank. And also, you must have the clarity of thoughts before taking any decisions. Your decision has to be in split second, but it can go wrong. You have to assume that all your decisions cannot come right in treasury. If 60 to 70% of your decisions are right and 30% are wrong, you are a good dealer in the treasury market, I will say. You cannot expect 100% accuracy or corrections, or what is that, 100% accurately you can predict the market. It cannot happen, but 60 to 70% you are a game. And coming to the execution part, you must execute the deals or the treasury part with highest dignity and also with the highest standard of ethics. You must not dishonestly, uh, if the dishonesty is the least thing in treasury. You should not have any dishonesty. You should be very honest. You should be very transparent. And also, if somebody is in trouble, you should never cut his leg. If you should try to help him. These are certain basic principles of working in treasury. And your ears or eyes must be always open to the news. The word news, you all know that the news is always standing for north, east, west, and south. So as a part of that, you must be always looking into your eyes and ears open into this market. So I think I feel this is my initial remarks towards what a treasury professional could be. So I feel that this should be an interactive session rather than a monologue from my side. So I will be happy if you can ask questions on anything which is coming under treasury's perspective. I will be able to discuss that, and I'll be able to answer that. So the session is open because it is a night session. I don't want to give you a boring speech from my side. So this is my initial remarks. The forum is open.
Sir,
Yes.
as we are new to this treasury and related things, what are the career prospects now in the market? Not only confined to our bank, but in the market, what are the treasury upcoming opportunities and how we will avail of it? Please guide us.
No, actually, if you ask me, I don't know what is that you are looking for. Okay, there are few things which individual has to decide. The market is very much open. The treasury guys, they get paid from not less than 1 crore per month to the people like me who gets only the GM salary. So if you are sitting in a private sector mutual fund or something with the same position, you will be getting paid 1 crore per month. Whereas we are sitting here in a public sector bank GM, and you know what the pay of the GMs are. So the same way is for the scale 1, 2, 3, 4 officials in the various markets. So it is a very wide market, and the price, the competition is very high. Opportunities are too many. If you are ready to quit and go out of the bank, definitely there is a very big market which is waiting for you. But remember that you need to create a name for yourself to get that. It is not key, you will simply get that. And there are certain things which is very important for individual as such, whether it is treasury or any other matter, it doesn't, any other job, it doesn't matter, because if you are working for money, you can get enough money at a lower grade also. But if you are working for some position, then things are different. You can never reach a position very fast in the industry which is highly paid. So that you have to keep in mind. I will give you an example where I, as a dealer, when I joined this industry, it was in 2003, I joined this industry. And I decided to continue my career in this bank. And now, after around 25 years, I am a general manager here. But the people who have left the organization along with me in 2007 and 8 when the market was booming, I can tell you, my dear friends, that none of them have reached the position of a GM in any of the private entities. They have all gone to private sector banks. But they are, even today, they are dealers and they are making huge amount of money compared to what I am getting as a GM. So I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you very much, sir. Well understood.
Yeah, Mr. Mahesh, there is one question from Stender Verma.
Yeah.
What is the correct age to enter in treasury vertical in a public sector bank?
Sir, right age will be a scale 1 officer according to me. You should be entering into the vertical as a scale 1 officer.
As early as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stender Verma has also written, kindly suggest a book.
There are few books for initial learners, the treasury and banking management, which actually I don't know if you can see that the JIB part and all, it gives good picture of the treasury's operations.
Yeah,
Good evening,
Good evening.
Sir, actually, our market is going through a very volatile period. Even equity market or bond market, there is a lot of uncertainty, even
Yeah.
because of war. We, like even SWIFT, there was a ban on Russia.
Yeah.
But I understand Russia was having an alternative like system, just like SWIFT. Whether India, in at least in future, whether we are planning for such any alternative arrangement, or what's your take on that, sir?
Oh, actually, see, the alternative mechanism is existing in Russia even in 1999. India and Russia currently are having a Soviet Union arrangement wherein the rupee is getting settled through the RBI and the Russian central bank. Even that is existing, but the problem is, your question is, are we going to have a SWIFT system in India? No, it is not going to help us in any manner, because the world is already established through the SWIFT mechanism. And if you feel that having another system of a global transmission mechanism will help you, no, it is not going to help you. Definitely, it is not going to help you. And Russia is also will not succeed without a SWIFT system. That is very clear. Only thing is that here the world is not on one side. The world is on two different sides. Some people supporting Russia, then some people supporting the United States or whatever other Ukraine you can say. So that being the case, the SWIFT system only will come into picture as a world as a whole. That at this point of time, even a secondary system is not being in place.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chandan Kumar, you wanted to say? Chandan?
No, sir. No, sir. It's all right.
Chandan Kumar is the chief manager in Indian Bank. Yeah.
One more thing, just to add on to what my friend has said, sir. Just I want to know your view about the near-term impact of this Russian crisis and related matters.
Actually, see, main problem is with the oil. If the Russian this war or whatever it continues for longer, and more and more we impose the sanctions on Russia, I think the oil prices are going to go high. Maybe the OPEC countries can come and increase the production, and they can meet the demand. So if that happens, then I think we are pretty better off. Otherwise, oil is the main driver of the war's negative effects to the world economy. So that can prolong the US hikes, or the hikes which we are talking about, that can little prolong in terms of rate hikes, which in India as well as in US. So there is the near-term impact on the Russian crisis. But longer-term impact, I think Russia is too small a player in the world, according to me. So we should not have too much long-term impact on Russia. Though some countries who are very much dependent on Russia may set back. Like, for example, India, who is depending on Russia for too much on the defense side. So that mechanisms we may have to redefine as to, are we going to continue the same kind of vigor with Russia for buying the defense equipments? So that we will have to think over.
And pharma is also one of the sectors.
Yes, pharma and mainly the semiconductor industry actually. So that will have some impact on the market actually.
Thank you very much.
I have one question, I think, which has come through the chat mode. We have an we as an individual can individually, after learning this course, save from the market accessible to us. I am not able to understand the question.
Yes, Tinder Verma, can you unmute yourself and ask the question?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. See, suppose the market which are accessible to us as an individual, where like we can apply this concept and earn from the market. Is there any way from where we can earn individually by investing our capital?
You are always open to invest in the equities and bonds, or even for that matter G-Secs or anything. You are free to invest, because there is no restriction as of now. Even very soon you will be able to purchase the Apple shares or Amazon shares in India. So there is no restriction for you to do that. In fact, as an individual, if you are a treasury professional, according to me, the option is that you should start diversifying your portfolio if you are very confident. And in fact, few days before, the gold was an opportunity for all of us to buy. So we have the sovereign gold bonds which are coming in from RBI. And if you see last April, when the sovereign gold bond started, it started with an offering of around 4,500 rupees per gram. Now it is at 5,300. So that is a safe investment, because you are getting a 2.5% return also. So always there are markets available. And also RBI has opened up a retail direct for India's government securities purchase. That is also one of the options where you can think of. So always markets are open for you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You have explained very nicely that if people want to, young blood wants to work in treasury, they have to have passion. They have to work with passion, and they should do ethical banking, ethical treasury, and they should keep their eyes and ears always open. So, sir, Mr. Bhaskar Sen, former chairman and managing director of United Bank of India, he is presently busy with some meeting, but he shall be joining later during the session. So he has expressed his letter. Let me say sorry to you that he is not able to join.
No
But he
issue,
shall
no
be
issue. In
joining.
fact, I had to cut short because I have another meeting scheduled now. So that is the reason I was telling that I will not be in a position to continue for the whole time. But thank you for giving me an opportunity to interact with all of you.
Yeah, Mr. Mahesh Kumar Singh, sir, former general manager, Canara Bank. Yeah, your colleague. He is also with us. So I would request Mahesh Kumar Singh, sir, to kindly say a vote of thanks to Mr. Mahesh Pai, sir.
Yeah, very good evening, friends. It's my privilege, pleasure, and honor to propose a vote of thanks for this penultimate session. Yeah, we missed Bhaskar Sen, sir, our mentor. I heard some of his inputs in the previous sessions. He has been an amazing mentor to us. His inputs were very valuable. Anyway, he will be joining us little later. We'll have more of his interaction. But coming to Mahesh Pai, my ex-colleague, I think what to say that he's a one-stop shop for the integrated treasury operations, be it domestic treasury or forex treasury. I think he's a one man. He's a one man. Right from being a chief dealer to the chief executive of the New York operations, I think I've seen him in various capacities handling the issues very diligently, very diligently. Thank you, Mahesh sir, for spending
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the humble word. Thank you, sir.
You have to attend one more meeting. In spite of that, you have joined.
Yeah.
But
thank you, sir.
Some of your advices to our participants that they should pursue with passion and vigor, and they should keep on updating their knowledge with the readings of the daily newspapers are really wonderful sayings to the participants. I'm sure I think all of them will be taking that in a true spirit. The Veda mantras, what you have put forth before us, that is ethics, governance, communication, and execution. really, I think these will go well with our participants once they start working not only in the treasury or risk management, in any part of the banking or any part of their careers. I'm sure these will be the 4 pillars on which they will be able to build a grand edifice of their career. Thank you, Mahesh sir, for this
Thank you, sir.
wonderful
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Music,
Thank you.
yes, you painted a wonderful picture of the opportunity with the terms of with the great numbers before us. I think that would have really motivated all the participants to take the treasury operations more seriously and come out with more inputs into that. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for all
Thank you,
your.
sir. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck to
Thank
all of
you.
you participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
sir.
Mahesh,
Thank you.
Mahesh M Pai, sir. Thank you, Mahesh Kumar
Thank you.
Singh. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
please stand by. Please stand by. We have got important address by Mr. Bhaskar Sen, former chairman and managing director of United Bank of India. Sir is with us. I would request Bhaskar Sen, sir, to kindly at this concluding session, kindly address the participant with your valuable guidance, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gulati, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, I have worked with Mr. Murthy for a very long time, and I know how passionate he is in discharging his responsibilities, and he knows how dispassionate I am in discharging my responsibility. So, a few words I will share with you my thoughts very dispassionately. Let me tell you very honestly that I could not attend all the sessions, but some of the sessions which I could attend, I was really impressed. So thank you very much, Mr. Gulati, for organizing the entire program so efficiently and so effectively. I'm sure whoever has attended this program got tremendous advantage out of it. I'm also thankful to all the faculty members, particularly Mr. Murthy.
Thank you, sir.
They worked really very hard. The presentations were exhaustive, and after presentations, there were question answer session, there were quizzes, and all taken together, it has come out very successfully. And after this 3 weeks of brainstorming, now we are coming to the end of this program. I'm sure all the participants, I think as of now, around 23 participants are there. They have gone through the whole thing. They have understood the mysteries of Treasury, and to a great extent, the faculty members have demystified the whole thing. But then, as we know, that learning is a never-ending story. So whatever you learn from this program, kindly keep yourself updated and try to learn something more. And that will only help you in your career path, and that will only help you to make you professionally successful. So with that, since it is already past 10, with that, let me conclude here, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Throughout the program, we have been getting guidance and support and your motivation from you, sir. Thanks a lot at this moment. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so